everybody, and welcome back to the Positively Craig YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. First off, I'd like to say a big huge thank you to my new subscribers who've joined my channel today. Thank you very much for all your support out there. It really means a lot. As I say, I know you guys personally, so thank you very much for all your help and all your support on my channel. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about something really important on the run up to Christmas, and especially with all the way this world's been a bit this Christmas and how it's been this year, and how we can sort of help keep things a little bit better for our community. So yeah, let's not waste any more time, let's go straight into this. Welcome back again. Right, okay guys, let's talk about something that's really important to me, and to be honest really important to our community now. This is going to be a video a little bit more about where we live, our own towns, our own places where we live, our cities, our cultures, our businesses, and our high street. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about positively supporting the little guy. And what I mean by that is the small businesses that are out there. I'm talking about the high street, I'm talking about the corner shops, I'm talking about the local businesses that rely on our trade to keep going, and obviously especially keep open and not have to close down during the pandemic that's been going around the world. So yeah, what I'm talking about is, think about this Christmas. Obviously we're all looking to get the latest things for the kids, we're all looking to get the latest products for all our families, you know, the elusive PlayStation 5, you know what I mean? We're all trying to get the PlayStation 5. I know I am. Got no chance of that though. We're all looking for that sort of key present that we want to get for our kids. But also, we've got to think about when it comes down to things like food shopping, things about getting our Christmas shopping in, getting our, you know, our essentials in for Christmas, and how we're going to help support our local businesses. Because obviously at the moment there's a lot of pressure on these guys. A lot of places are shutting down, a lot of places are closing due to the pandemic that's been going round. And obviously, you know, you've got to think about, what is this doing for our economy, what is this doing for our town, and what is it doing for our local businesses. So one thing I want to sort of talk to you about today is when it comes down to, for instance, getting your Christmas food shopping. Now, if you're anything like me as a kid, we always used to have like a local fruit shop. We used to have like a fruit and veg shop that we used to go to. You know, my mum would take you there and you get like a bag of spuds, or you pick your own, you know, get your own veg and stuff like that, and you know, supporting the little guys. Now obviously everyone goes to Asda, everyone goes to the big supermarket chains. You know, if you're in America, obviously I'm sure you guys have got your own stuff over there. But one of the things that, you know, we all automatically do is go to the one big shop, try and get everything together. And obviously we're good, you know what I mean, we get everything in. But what about the small businesses? Are we sparing a thought for the little guys? Are we sparing a thought for our local businesses? Instead of going to Asda, could we get locally sourced products? Could we get things from our local fruit and veg shops that may be like, for instance, our potatoes, our vegetables, you know, the things that we're going to prepare during Christmas, you know, even supporting some of the local bakeries, local foods, local cakes, local patisseries, various things like that. Because yes, it's so easy for us to just go into one shop and get everything we need, but think about what that's doing to our smaller businesses, the places where we live, and our corner shops. And it is, you know, we've seen what's happened out there. We've seen the detriment that's happened in regards to this COVID crisis, and what it's done to a lot of businesses closing down. Running up before Christmas, you've got people out of work, unemployed, businesses who just about kept hold after the first lockdown in March. Then we went into a second lockdown, and then crunch, they didn't get the support they got that in the first time. And I know that has affected quite a lot of businesses. So why not spare a little thought and think about what we can do to support our local businesses. So think about how we can do this. How are we going to make this happen? How are we going to support our local businesses? Now, I know if you're sat at home watching this now, think about your local community, think about the people in your area, think about the shops that are around you now, and think, well, if I need bread, I need milk, I need essentials, you pretty much have a corner shop or a local shop that you probably visit. Now that is what you need to be thinking about. Could you locally source products from shops near you? Could you support them and maybe help them stay open, especially over this Christmas period, until the world starts balancing itself out? Now, one thing that I've looked at is where I live, there's, there is some local farms dotted around, a couple of places which advertise, you can get like massive bags of potatoes and various other things. Now, a lot of them places like sell in bulk. So, think of it this way. You're probably not going to have a big stack of potatoes, you may not use them all, so why not speak to your family? Think, well, okay, let's all chip in, let's all buy in bulk, like buy a big sack of potatoes, big sacks of veg from local farms, local shops, and then split it between your families. And then, everybody gets the benefit. Also, it can work out quite a lot cheaper with obviously buying in bulk, as you know. So why not save yourself some money? Save our local farms, save our local businesses. And that's just one of the things that you can do to support them. Now, I know we live in a busy world. We live in a hectic world where we're all at work, we're all rushing around. We've got Christmas shopping to find. Our heads are absolutely battered. What are we going to do? I know it's so easy for us to just go to our local places, our local superstores, to get everything in one go. But if you can just spare that little thought for the little businesses, the little people that are out there, and what we can do to support them. Because I've grown up with corner shops all my life, and various shops, and you get to know these people, and you see them on a daily basis in most cases. When you nip it out for something like as a kid, a chocky bar, something to eat, something that you may need like a little hardware store, because I know we had a little hardware store when I was young, just on the corner of where I lived, and they were one of those shops that sold literally everything. If you needed anything like wool, glue, pipes, it was literally one of those places that sold absolutely everything. And it was great to have them little businesses there, to just jump into, to get your supplies, to get what you need. Now, I know sometimes it can be that 20-30%, 30 pence, whatever, higher on the prices. But think about how hard these guys are having to work. Think about what the small businesses out there having to do compared to the large businesses. You look at the main high street, brands. You've got your Asda's, you've got your Tesco's, you've got your Waitrose, you've got all these big companies who are global and are making lots of money. But these little guys have to charge a little bit more just to try and sort of keep their overheads going, because obviously they're not as popular, they're not as busy as they used to be, since the large high street chains come out. So think about what it's going to be like for them at Christmas. Think about what their future's looking like. Are they on the cusp of closing? Are they on the cusp of going out of business? Are people who work there going to lose their jobs maybe before Christmas or just after Christmas? This is something that we can all come together and help when it comes to supporting our local businesses and keeping them open. Because do you know what? If we didn't have our local businesses and places that we could just run out to, get a pint of milk, get a loaf of bread, get something, I forgot to pick up gravy or something for the roast dinner. You run out, they've got the gravy stuff in the local corner shop. You're like, yes, I've got what I needed. Do we'd be lost without that. I know we'd have to jump into a car, we'd have to drive to a superstore. So think about the carbon footprint. If we're going to look in a bigger picture, think about we're using petrol, we're spending money on petrol we don't need. We're putting more pollution out there. We're potentially spreading any viruses that are still going around, because we're all accumulating in these large superstores which are rammed at the moment. Think about the bigger picture. Can we make a difference? I know you can make a difference. I know I can make a difference. It's just whether we choose to think slightly different and help and support the people who are close to us. Because you know what? Some people have families who have businesses. I don't know if you're watching this and you may have somebody who in your family that owns a shop, owns a business. Are they struggling? Speak to them. Ask them, would it help if, they got a bit more business coming back to them? Have they noticed a decline in the last couple of years? Especially this year, wow, this year is probably the toughest that myself, you know, my mum and dad's generation, their grandparents, you know, what have they endured? You know, this has been our toughest year to go, and I think if once we come through this, I think it'll change people's opinion and a lot of things that, you know, people are talking about out there, and how we move forward, and maybe change how we hopefully support the smaller businesses. So, you know, fingers crossed. Just give a spare a thought for the little guy.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, Clark! You about ready to do some kissing, huh?
Okay, so thank you very much for watching again. You know, I love doing these videos for you guys. I say a little bit late bringing this one out, but no matter what, I'm going to make sure that I'm keeping posting. You know, I've literally just had to do like a long stint in work. I did 7 days straight, so I was like so tired, you know, getting home from work and stuff, so I didn't quite get me video done in time. But you know what, I'm making time for you guys because it's important to me that I put this message out there, and I hope it's important to you that you listen to this message and act upon it. So what I'd really like is to try and get a couple more subscribers from this video. You know, spread the word. Many subscribers, you know, thank you very much again. You know, I'd like at least 5 likes on this video. Try your best for me, and also support me on my other parts of my channels, like for instance my podcast, my Instagram, my Facebook. Again, I've had some new followers come onto there, so thank you very much. You guys are amazing. So thank you very much for watching, and as always, I've been Positively Craig. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.